Goeiedag, good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And in the lengthy video that's attached here, it's a compilation of a whole lot of bits and pieces of Julius Malema suggesting that he is above the law. That's the bottom line, and he might be right. Consider what happened to the judge, that white lady judge, Mabel Jansen, who had the temerity to suggest that Malema had to appear before her in the court, and she landed up being kicked out, or basically having to resign as a judge in South Africa. This is how absolutely ridiculous things have become. Now, I'm going to play that video so you can hear it. This is all hot off the press, the new stuff, which is about Malema being accused of assaulting a policeman at the burial of Winnie Mandela. Here it comes. It really gives you a good insight into the mindset of these EFF members of parliament who think they are above the law. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video. Please share this video. And above all, please stay safe. Bye for now.
The policemen provoked us on an emotional day where we were going to bury our mother. No one was going to stop me from burying my own mother. Yes, a white man refuses me to bury my mother. The ANC wants to take me to jail because I refused the white man's refusal to bury Winnie Mandela. We are not going to allow that. The ANC, in collaboration with right wing, refuses me, a man who marched with Winnie Mandela every day of her life. I stood next to her. I had to stand next to the grave when the coffin was going down to give my last salute. The ANC wanted to refuse me an opportunity to salute the grave and the coffin of the martyr. I will not allow that. I was not going to allow that. And if that means prison, that I'm going to be imprisoned because I insisted on burying Winnie Mandela, I'm prepared to go to jail. I do not deny the allegations they are putting on me on that case. It is true, it happened. I was provoked, I was denied an opportunity to bury my own mother. That white man must thank his racist ancestors because something worse would have happened that day. They ought to be grateful that we didn't go to the extreme. That was the highest form of provocation. How does a man come to Julius Malema and say, you are not allowed to bury Winnie Mandela?
So talk to the lawyers. Don't talk to me. You want to talk to me? You must be prepared upstairs because there's going to be a problem. So we must never be made to fear. We must never fear anyone. We must never fear prison. We must never fear death. We must never fear the police. We must never fear the criminals. We must never fear the establishment. We must never fear white people. Wrong is wrong. It must be confronted right there and there because it's wrong. Let's not be scared. We are not a nation of cowards.
You will never touch my blood, Baloi. I'm going to defeat you. Hey, if any time on a fresh starter, yellow high. le banana re ke tla robala tronko go robala le wa ka mosadi di bana baka ke le paletse. Once more I defeated you because you are a group of clowns. You don't know how to strategize. You don't know how to catch the enemy. I'm always 2 steps ahead of you. Careful, we are taking over this country. This country belongs to you. Continue fighting. Don't be scared. Freedom is coming tomorrow. Amanda!
Honorable Malema, in other words, I ask you to withdraw. You reiterate what you said. And in this August House, you repeat that Honorable Deputy President Ramaphosa is a murderer. Are you going to withdraw, Honorable Malema?
Cyril Ramaphosa is a murderer and participated in the conspiracy to kill the workers in
So
Malema.
you are not prepared to withdraw?
You can take me to jail for that. Cyril has got blood of innocent
Honorable
people.
Malema, thank you very much. Honorable.
I will never apologize to Cyril. Cyril must rot in jail. He's a murderer. He killed our
Honorable
people.
Malema,
And if you are going to use this parliament to protect murderers, I'm not going to agree to that. So why do you switch off my mic if you want me to speak?
I don't want you to speak. I asked you
But why
to
did
do
you
one
ask me?
thing.
But NPA lead the Hawks. Barko Yena, why did you say the things you said about the president? Don't threaten. If there was no constitution, Tulima don't tell I was going to be in prison today. It is this constitution that makes us to enjoy a little space that is left. Without the constitution, we are nothing. Banabaluna. Those are the things of old people. The young ones must close their ears. They say Winnie Mandela was sleeping with young kids when Mandela was in prison. Something she has not done. But let's say she has done it. She slept with young kids when Mandela was in prison and all of that. Who has not done that? Because all of these male leaders, they slept with women of their fellow comrades, they slept with the children of their fellow comrades, they raped their own children, yet they got elected into the highest offices. When it's a man sleeping around, no, it's understandable. Hindod, hindod. But when it's a woman, hey, she's useless, she can't be a leader, hey, she has hurt Mandela, hey, ha. What about Makumalo? How many times was Makumalo hurt? Yet the hater of Makumalo got promoted into presidency. A woman can't do this, a woman can't do that. You know why they like Cyril Ramaphosa? He was adopted by a white family called Minel family. A lot of people don't know where Cyril got the accent from, because he went to school in Shawela and went briefly to Venda and went to Tefio. Where did Cyril get the accent from? He's an adopted child of the Minel family. He grew up respecting whiteness. He grew up worshipping whiteness. It is Cyril Ramaphosa who took Mandela right from prison into the Minel family. Mandela had a house in the Minel family. The Minel family is one of the richest families in South Africa. This bastard called Cyril sold this country even before he became president by selling out a proper radical Nelson Mandela. The first speech Mandela gave after prison, he said we are going to nationalize, until Cyril took him to Minel family. And he said, hey, that's not going to work. Abandoned a radical program
that he existed for.
Ngizolilwela Izwela Ngizolilwela Izwela Ngizolilwela bo Izwela yo Izwela Izwela me Izwela me Izwela me Izwela bo be Izwela Ngizolilwela bo yo Izwela Izwela me Izwela me Izwela me
To confuse him, and the court was not convinced, but it doesn't mean it didn't happen. You are a murderer. And don't tell us that the people who rape people are in prison is not true. Many of them are also in this home. They are here with us. They are here because their rape was not reported. They think they are not rapists. You are a rapist. Whether your rape was reported or not, you are a rapist. And you know that deep down your heart, your conscience tells you you are a rapist.
First, he is at the wrong place. He's not supposed to be in Union Building. He's supposed to be in Sun City Prison. That's where he belongs. From Kenya. Ulatela Batabile Dlamini. Sasa. Chalate ya bomkhono yena iwutswa ramokwalla. Ask yourself, did Mandela go to jail for you to get an outside toilet? Was this man so ready to die so that I can get a pit toilet outside? Mandela will never have been prepared to die for a pit toilet outside. Mandela will not have been prepared to die for a matchbox called a house. Ask yourself questions. Why were people so ready to die? Was this what people were ready to die for? Was this what Biko was killed for? Was this what Robert Subuko was killed for? Krisani. All of that. Compare the struggle with what you are having today. Then you will have an answer. And once you have answered yourself, there is no one who can defeat you with a yellow t-shirt. Take us a decade to fix the schools in South Africa. Remember, these schools were designed for black people, and therefore they didn't have much facilities. Even when they say they are ready, the schools have never been ready. Not even now in COVID-19. They were not worth to be called schools because prisons are much cleaner than schools. So they will never be ready, especially now under COVID-19, because here you demand a serious hygiene. A lot of schools do not have basins in the toilets. They use a common tap which is at a central point far from the bathrooms, and that's what our children are going to be subjected to. So these schools are going to create serious problems for us. It will end in tears.
We want to see him suffer until the end for what he did to a generational mission. So it's not over. We're going to fetch him from the village straight to Hoshimampuru prison in Pretoria. And we don't say things that we don't do. Yeah. I told him when he expelled us, I said, you are fighting with wrong people. Firstly, we've got age on our side. You don't have. We're going to fight you until you rot in jail. And we can test this. He said to the ANC, NEC, we don't want to go back to Robben Island here. There are people who want to take us back to Robben Island here. We don't want to go back there.
The man can see jail. He knows he's going to jail. It's unavoidable, guys. Zuma is going to jail. It's unavoidable.
Mr. Malema, you've mentioned that you've got a number of court cases that you've got to attend to, Bloemfontein, Newcastle, and then this one. What does this say about the legal cases that you are facing and yourself as a leader when it comes to these issues that are being raised by the courts of law in the country?
I don't think there are many enough. There should be more. So there's absolutely nothing. We are engaged in a revolution. We're engaged in politics. And politics and prison and death are cousins. So there's nothing unto us. And to want to over-politicize the issue of Zimbabwe instead of coming up with solutions, it will be irresponsible. Therefore, I don't see anything wrong with leaders of the ANC flying to Zimbabwe. I have a problem with them using a government plane to fly to Zimbabwe. And since that mistake has been committed, let us build them and let them pay. And then let's continue to pursue the mission of finding a lasting solution in Zimbabwe.
What's your view of the president wanting a report by the Minister of Defense, Mr. Mukula, knowing that he as the leader of that party sanctioned this move by the leadership of the governing party to go to Zimbabwe?
He's acting. I think he must get a role in Movango. He's acting. There's nothing. The man said to us he does not have the power to discipline ministers. So he wants a report to do what with it? After getting a report, what is he going to do with it? Because he said he doesn't have a power to discipline ministers. When he was asked to discipline Minister Godan, unless there's rules for Godan and there are rules for others. Since he doesn't have any power to discipline ministers, let him go on with business as usual. The only solution here is that the ANC must pay for the plane, and then we focus on resolving the Zimbabwean problem.
No, just basically, if you can just tell us what happened inside for all those who weren't in.
Well, the matter has been postponed to the 13th of October for trial purposes, and will be here on the 13th of October. I still think that it was unnecessary for us to come today because we are going through a pandemic as a country. And therefore, any court that requests us to appear without necessarily a trial is risking our lives and the lives of ordinary people. Because you will know that as public figures, when we come here, a lot of people will want to interact with us, and we don't know who's in a good state of health and who's not. So it was irresponsible actually to even ask us to appear. You will know we've got other matters in the Eastern Cape, East London, in Bloemfontein, in Newcastle. All those courts have said for the purposes of postponement of these cases, it will not be necessary for us to appear, especially now during COVID-19. So I think someone was just irresponsible by inviting us here.